Good evening, everybody. We're on day 38 of our Minute Bible Verses. So today we're going to be in Exodus chapter 3, and we're going to be talking about Moses and the burning bush. So at this point in time in the Bible, in Moses' journey, he has fled Egypt. He is living with the Midianites, and he is just kind of living his day-to-day life. While he's tending to his sheep, he hears a voice and follows it and comes to this burning bush. And it's God speaking to him through this burning bush. And so you'll go ahead and pick up on verse 10. And it says, "So now go, I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring back my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." Prior to this, God has said, hey, I've seen the atrocities that are going on with my people and the Egyptians. They were enslaved by the Egyptians at this time. But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" And God said, "I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain." Moses said to God, "Suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' Then what shall I tell them?" God said to Moses, "I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am who sent me to you." So this is kind of my favorite part of Moses' journey, because Moses, of course, in the Bible is one of the biggest figures, one of the most well-known, one of the most influential in the Old Testament. And what I really like about this is we see the human part of him. And because it starts off, God says, hey, you're going to go free my people from the Israelites, which is a huge order because, one, Egypt has enslaved them and has basically built their entire civilization off the slaves' workforce. And not only that, does he have to ask, or tell, rather, the Egyptians that he's taking them out of Egypt. He also grew up with Pharaoh and that family. So this is very much like going to your own family and taking that away from them. So this is a huge thing for Moses to have to do. And Moses, being a human, as all of us would do, is hiding behind things. What's really cool about Moses is, like, early on, he was not a good speaker. He was said to have stuttered and did not see himself in that leadership role, but God didn't care. God said, you are going to lead my people out of Egypt. And he says, who am I? How am I going to do this? And God says, I'll be with you. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. This is what I've commanded you to do. You can do it. I will take care of the rest. And that's what he does. If you know the rest of the story of Moses, he is successful in getting the Israelites out of Egypt. Pharaoh resists for a while. Of course, that's when the plagues come in. Moses performs some miracles that show them that he is worshiping and speaking on behalf of the one true God. As the Egyptians were polytheistic, they believed in numerous gods and did not believe in our God. So they did not believe anything that Moses was doing until the plagues started coming, and then the people started pleading with Pharaoh to let him go so that these plagues would stop hindering them. But the point of this, I think, that I really want to hit on is that, and one thing that the pastor in my church is really good at touching on is that God equips the called. He does not call the equipped, meaning he does not call on people that are perfectly ready to handle the scenarios. He's calling on people that are not comfortable with doing certain things, and he's going to take you and bring you out of your comfort zone and give you the tools that you need to do that. And I think it touches on our day 37 verse when I'm talking about how God uses all throughout the Bible has used people from we'll say rougher parts of life or the lower classes of life back then, because he wants to take away that pride aspect from people, and really humble them and show them that God can turn anything, even weaknesses that we see as humans, into strengths. And Moses is such a huge person that relates to somebody who did not want to be a leader, did not think he could be a leader, did not think himself a prophet by any means, wasn't articulate, and becomes one of the biggest, most important people of the Old Testament, and therefore the foundations of Christianity, which is amazing. And then the second part that I really like about this is in verse 14, God said to Moses, "I am who I am," which actually says here, directly translated from Hebrew, is, "or I will be what I will be." This is God saying, I exist because I say I exist. There's no power over him. He is the almighty power. He is over everything that we can even comprehend or think about. He lives outside of our time and space continuum. There is nothing within our reality that he is not in charge of and can't alter and do whatever he wants with it. And that's just him verifying that is, I don't answer to anybody. I am the one true God. I am eternal. Everything comes through me. And that's what that verse is saying. And I think that's a really powerful verse that is kind of confusing when you read it, but has so much deeper meaning and is really cool, I think, to call on, knowing that our God is the one true God of all the religions, all the other belief systems in the world. We have the one true God. So yeah, that I think we'll wrap it up for today's verse. I hope you got something out of it. So thanks for watching.